Hey, good evening. Today is day 6, day 7 maybe? I'm not really sure. And to be honest, if I've already forgotten, like on day, God only knows when I get to day like 200, 201. I'm not very good at counting above how many fingers I have. I think I alluded to once that I'd run out being able to count after 21 days. I don't know if anyone got that. It's a little bit naughty. But yeah, I think I'm going to call this one travelling, because, sorry, I've been really naughty. I'm reading the TV whilst I'm making this video, but I'm 100% concentrating on this, I promise. Yeah, see, I'm really bad. I am just watching the TV. Anyway, sorry, I'm here now. Travel. I have to always be careful when I talk about travel because I don't ever want it to sound like I'm showing off, but I'm very lucky that I have been pretty much all over the world, and I can reel off lists of Uganda, Rwanda, Congo, South Africa, India, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, New Zealand, Fiji, America, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, Canada, England, pretty much the whole of Europe apart from all that new stuff that's joined recently, and Ireland obviously, but I've managed to travel around quite a lot. Main reason for that being that I just quite enjoyed it, quite enjoyed seeing the whole world, but as I said, I didn't really want to show off. I was just more really wondering where people had been, and more importantly why people don't go and see more of the world. It blows my mind that in America especially people don't really have many people don't have passports, because as they say that in America there are so many things to go and see. But I've done 42 states of America. I think there's 50, but I'm not 100% sure, but I've definitely done 42, which is phenomenal, and it's an amazing place. But there are so many other amazing places, and if I could ever give anyone any advice, it would be, as soon as you can, get a passport, get on a plane and go and see it, and never ever be scared. I've been to some really weird places and some quite scary places, but I've always loved everywhere I've gone. Sometimes I'm quite glad to be leaving. I'm not going to mention any names because that would probably be quite rude to anyone who lives in those countries, but if you don't go and see them, you can't know that it's maybe not for you. But also it's allowed me to realise how fortunate I am, how many great opportunities I have here, but more importantly the fact that there are probably other places in the world that I'd like to live and experience living there, because travelling and going on holiday and living are three very different things. I've been very fortunate. I've actually lived in some of those countries, which has allowed me to sort of embed myself in the culture, but then I've also hot fire and telly, oops, but I've also just gone as a tourist and probably not experienced the real life over there, but had an equally amazing time. So I just really wondered, I mean, if anyone's out there and they're from any of the places that maybe I've mentioned and they want to have a chat, that would be cool. But also anyone who's here who's thinking of maybe going somewhere, I can probably give some hopefully pretty good advice of places to go, maybe some places to not go because they're quite boring. I am going to name one place, Plainview in Texas, in the United States of America. I apologise if you're from there, mainly because I feel a little bit sorry for you that you're from there, because it's a bit rubbish. As the name says, to be honest, it's Plainview. It is dull as hell, but I'm sure for the people who live there, there's loads of fun and exciting things to do. But they didn't really like me very much because I was a little bit too raucous and excitable for their little town. But if I hadn't been there, I wouldn't know, and I might have horrendously been invited to go and do some work there or stay there or something, and then I'd have had to end up there, which would be quite rubbish. But then I was just, to be honest, just wondering tonight what people like to do and where they like to go. I've never really been one for holidays package holidays. I went on a few when I was a kid with my parents, but I've certainly never really been on one since. I always like to go somewhere for a while. You really can't find out very much about a place if you turn up for 2 weeks. I'm most definitely not Ibiza, Magaluf kind of person. I'm not really a beach person. I like going to beaches, but I quite equally like coming away from them, mainly because I just get stir crazy bored and end up, as when I was younger, I used to bury my shorts or pants and then come running back to my mother and be like, look, I left it down there with a stick, and then never be able to find the stick, and then I'd just be left on a beach naked, which when you're 4 and 5 you can sort of get away with, but when you're 27 you find yourself getting in quite a lot of trouble with the authorities, especially if it's not a nudist beach. And to be honest, I don't really want to hang out on nudist beaches because I'm not 70 years old or German, so therefore it's not really my kind of thing. Yeah, they're just yeah, I was just wondering really. So if you have been anywhere exciting, let me know. If you've been somewhere really boring, let me know that too. But other than that, I really that's about it today. I hope you're all really well. I've had a really long day and a bit of a rubbish one at work, so therefore it's not going to be very long. And more importantly, Dill is here tonight. He's walking behind the screen right now. That's what that dark shadow is. I think we're going to be really, really sad and watch the Big Brother launch, which I'm actually quite excited about. Oh, bear with me. Dill's had a new haircut. Check it out. You have to lean forward. There we go.
I'm going to do some sewing.
Yeah. It is the rock and roll lifestyle that we now live in, is that we get home from work, we have our food, and then Dill sits and does sewing while I sit and chat. But, you know, I'm old, so that's acceptable. He's 21, it's not so acceptable. But anyway, send me some feedback, send me some questions about the world, and also tell me about your world, because that's equally as fun. Hope you're having a wicked day. Hope you haven't had such a long, boring day as I have. But yeah, give me a shout. See you later. Bye bye.